Hi, future doctors. Welcome to the next class. In this class, we will discuss about average, mean square, and root mean square of alternating current we are going to discuss. So, in this first, we should come to know what is the average value of function in mathematics between the limits t1 to t2 x of t dt by t1 to t2 dt. This is going to be average value. If you want I average current is going to be between the limits t1 to t2. So I of t dt by between the limits t1 to t2 dt. Generally, how we will represent AC? I is equal to I naught sine omega t. It is going to be changing like this. Correct? This is t by 2. If you want between 0 to t by 2, what is the average value? 0 to t by 2. Then, how we will find average value means by using this formula. So, I average is going to be 0 to t by 2. Interval is 0 to t by 2. So, I of t, I naught sine omega t dt. So, between the 0 to limits 0 to t by 2 dt. So, in basics already we gave all these things. Integral sine omega t dt. So, if you write I naught outside, integral sine omega t dt minus cos omega t by omega between the limits 0 to t by 2. So, divided by integral dt is t between the limits 0 to t by 2. Now, if you substitute here, minus you can write outside, minus I naught by omega. So, cos omega t between the limits 0 to t by 2 divided by, so what we have to substitute first? Upper limit t by 2 minus 0, that is going to be t by 2. So, if you write carefully this minus 2 is going to numerator, I naught by omega, this t remains same. So, in this if you substitute first upper limit cos omega in place of t by 2 minus cos 0 in place of t 0 we are substituting. Next, now I am writing minus 2 I naught. What is omega? 2 pi by t into t. Here cos, what is omega? 2 pi by t into t by 2, cos 0 value 1. So, if you cancel t and t, 2 and 2. So, minus I naught by pi. Here t and t will be cancelled 2 and 2. So, cos 180 is minus 1 minus 1. Minus of minus 1 minus 2. Minus into minus plus. Therefore, 2 I naught by pi. So, already initial first class we discussed this average value. Average value is 2 I naught by pi. RMS value I naught by root 2 we give. Isn't it? Is it visible? Yes. 2 I naught by pi. But why we derive now means sometimes you require this average value from the equation. At the time, this derivation is going to be helpful for you people. So, this is 2 I naught by pi for 0 to t by 2. If you want to calculate between 0 to t, so what you have to do means same thing will be coming here between the limits 0 to t we are going to apply. Up to here it is going to be same. Now, I am substituting here minus I naught by omega. So, divided by means cos omega t between the limits 0 to t. Next here, integral dt is t between the limits 0 to t. So, at the time, how much you will be getting? I naught by omega cos omega t. Cos omega capital T minus cos 0 divided by, this is going to be capital. So, minus I naught by omega t. So, cos, what is omega? 2 pi by t into t cos 0 value 1. If you cancel t and t, what is cos 2 pi? Cos 2 pi is plus 1. Even number is coming means plus 1. Odd number is coming means minus 1. In basics, we discussed all this. Plus 1 minus 1, 0. Therefore, average current for full cycle is going to be 0. How we will say simply means for positive half cycle if it is plus 2i naught by pi. For negative half cycle it will be minus 2i naught by pi. Therefore, whenever you are going to get for full time 0 to t over full time interval, average value is going to become 0. So between the limits 0 to t by 2. So sine omega t between the limits 0 to t, sine omega t, either sine omega t or cos omega t, you are going to get how much means sine omega t between the 0 to t, you are going to get 0, correct? Next, between 0 to t by 2. Here we got some value. How much value you are going to get? It will be depending on what they have given here. Nearly you are going to get 2. T by 2 means, see here, inside value, you got 2 there. So, just if you calculate like this, you are going to get average value. Now, what is mean square value? Mean square means in the name itself it is there. This average we will square on both sides. Isn't it? I square dt by integral dt. So, this one we are going to get, not this here, x square dt by total time. So, that is going to be mean square value. How we are going to get mean square, we will see. Next, mean square means. So, x average we did between the limits t1 to t2, x of t dt by between the limits t1 to t2. So, mean square means this one they are going to square. So, x square t dt divided by total time. So, some people will say this one as mean square. So, just you have to square this value. Now, if you are taking, so I is equal to I naught sine omega t, correct? So, this one if you are substituting here, mean square of current, that is going to be I average square. So, I am calculating between interval 0 to t. So, that the time I square t dt by between the limits t1 to t2 dt means 0 to t dt, correct? Already we want to calculate between the limits 0 to t dt. So, 0 to t, I square t means what you will be getting here? I naught square sine square omega t dt. So, between the limits 0 to t dt. So, I naught square you can write it outside, I naught square 0 to t sine square omega t dt. So, divided by integral dt is t between the limits 0 to t. So, which limit first we will substitute? Upper limit we are going to substitute. I naught square divided by t minus 0. Now, this sine square omega t can be written as between the limits 0 to t. So, 1 minus cos 2 omega t. This is completely mathematics related term. So, here finally we are going to get I naught square by t. So, this one if we expand between the limits 0 to t dt minus 0 to t cos 2 omega t dt. So, just we discussed now either sin omega t, cos omega t, 2 omega t. So, everything between the limits 0 to t is going to become 0. If you want to calculate also, you can calculate integral cos omega t means what you will write? Sin omega t, sin 2 omega t by 2 omega. So, if you substitute t value, how much is t value? Sin 2 times of 2 pi by t. Capital T first we have to substitute upper limit t. Small t is nothing but capital minus sin 0. So Tt will be cancelled, sin 4 pi, sin n pi is 0. Therefore, this term is going to become 0. So only this term is going to be remain. So I naught square by t. So between the limits 0 to t. So what you are going to get between the limits 0 to t. 0 to t is nothing but t. So here we forgot to write divided by 2. 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Then 2 will be coming. Just we forgot. So sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. So this t will be cancelled. So I naught square by 2. This is mean square value, I naught square by 2. So next one will be having IRMS. In the name itself is there. Root mean square value. So for this I average square root, that is going to be root I naught square by 2. So I naught by root 2. So this is going to be RMS value, mean square value, average value, how we are going to get. See this one, sin square theta can be written as, this one is completely mathematics, 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So whenever 2 is coming, here 2 will be coming. So I forgot to write 2 here initially. So therefore, we got only I naught square. So therefore, I went back and I have said here 2 I forgot. But this is completely mathematical relation. So we don't want to derive all these things in exam. So directly we can write answer. How to write that answer? Just to give, I have given till here. So IRMS is going to be I naught by root 2. So mean square value I naught square by 2. So how they are going to ask in exam, these maybe means we will see now. Now see here one problem. So I is equal to A sin omega t plus B cos omega t. So whether sin or cos function is there. So what is the average value over time period? Time period means 0 to t. So I dt by 0 to t dt. So whenever sin omega t, cos omega t between 0 to t is there means blindly you can take 0. Therefore, sin omega t, cos omega t is going to become 0. If you want to get IRMS value means just now we discussed square root of whatever there here. That is going to be a square by 2 plus b square by 2. That is going to be root of a square plus b square by 2. Sometimes they will give like this. I is equal to a plus b cos omega t plus c sin omega t. At the time, what is average value? What is average value means whenever sin cos term is there, the term is going to become 0. Only this term is going to be remain. So I average value is going to be A. Now what is IRMS value? So IRMS value is nothing but root of. Here there is no sine cosine function. Therefore, just A square. This is going to be sine function B square by 2, C square by 2 you are going to get. So that is either current average or voltage average also you can do. V is equal to V1 sin omega t plus V2 cos omega t. So what is the average current between? All these are 0 to t. So average value is going to become 0. So RMS value is going to become root V1 square by 2 plus V2 square by 2. So 5 plus I is equal to 5 plus 2 sin omega t. So what is the average value between 0 to t they asked. Average value is going to be, so I average is going to be, this term is going to become 0, answer is going to be 5 amperes. RMS value if they asked, this is there 5 square, for sine function it is there, therefore 2 square by 2. If cos function is there, that 1 square by 2 you can, so 25 plus 2. So root 27 amperes. This is how to calculate So average value, RMS value of the given equations. See one problem, I is equal to, they gave here 3 plus a sin omega t plus b cos omega t. So what is the average value they asked? So what is the average value means? So we are going to get 3 only, because sin cos term is going to become 0. So what is the mean square? Mean square means we get 3 square plus a square by 2 plus b square by 2. For mean square, square, RMS value, what is the difference means? For this we are going to apply root for that. Once we are applying root, that is only IRMS. That is going to be root 3 square plus a square by 2 plus b square by 2. If root is there, that is RMS. If root is not there, that is mean square value, isn't it? So like that you can remember very easily. Now we will see they have given some own function. So own function means I is equal to I naught t by capital T they get. Now how to find? How to find means same like this, average value. How to find average of mean square or RMS? So between the limits 0 to t they are asking, or 0 to t by 2, that is they are going to ask. So I of t dt by between the limits 0 to t dt. So I of t, what is I means here? I naught by capital T, t dt by, so here dt means capital T you are going to get. So I naught by t into t square between the limits 0 to t dt, t square by 2. So I naught by t square between the limits 0 to t, therefore t square by 2. So finally you got I naught by 2, that is I average between the limits 0 to t. So this is some their own function. So whenever they give like this to calculate, we discussed this derivation, how to derive the equation. Whenever sine cosine is there means, so the term is going to become 0 between the limits 0 to capital T. Then simply you are going to get direct value. If time period they give means, you have to calculate. Therefore, we discussed how to do integration. Next, they will give sometimes graphs. From the graph, how to calculate. So they have given one graph like this, let us say. So for this they will give 0 to, this is t by 2, t, 2t, like this. This value is going to be I naught. Then what is the average current between 0 to t by 2 they asked. What is the average current means? In two ways you can do. Average is going to be area under IT graph. Area under IT graph divided by time period. How much time it is going to take. So what is the area under this graph means? Half base into t by 2 into base into height divided by time, how much? T by 2. These two cancel means I naught by 2. That is going to be average value. If they are asking mean square, how they will do? Just we will square both sides, I naught square by function. We are going to calculate I square dt by time period. How to calculate that I value now from this? So for this apple problems, how to calculate? For t by 2, current is I naught. For t by 2, current is I naught. For t, this is nothing but, let us assume t. For t, what is the current I? Then you will be getting I value at t time. So then you will get function there. When you got function, I average is between the limits from where to where they are asking, 0 to t or 0 to t by 2. So I of t dt by, so 0 to t by 2 dt. So how to calculate this I means now? So for I naught t by 2 time. So now for small, for I in t time. So cross multiply. If you cross multiply, I naught into t is equal to I into t by 2. Therefore, so I is equal to 2 I naught t by I. 2 I naught t by I only we are calculating divided by t. 2 I naught, so I we are calculating, so this 2 will be coming here, 2 I naught t by capital T. So this is going to be capital I value. This I value we will substitute here. If they are asking square means we will do for square of this. At that time you will be getting mean square. If you apply root for that, RMS value you are going to get. So these calculations we should do carefully whenever they are asking in exam. Just we will see this mean square if you want. So I average square is going to be 0 to, if you want to calculate between t or t by 2, that is their wish, I square dt by 0 to t dt. So what is I square for this? I square equal to 4 I naught square t square by capital T square. Therefore, between the limits 0 to t, 4 I naught square by t square I am writing outside. So remaining is t square dt by between the limits 0 to t dt. So 4 I naught square by t square. So here it is going to be t cube by 3 between the limits 0 to t. What you will be getting in denominator 0 to integral dt is nothing but t. So t between the limits 0 to t. So 4 I naught square by t square, here it is going to be t cube by 3 minus 0 divided by t. So t square into t. So 4 I naught square by t cube by 3. So these two will be cancelled. Therefore, 4 I naught square by 3. This is mean square, I average square. If you want RMS, what we have to do RMS means square root. Square root means root 4 by 3 I naught. So for this value, how to do? So average value we did. So average value, if you do with integration part like this, between the limits 0 to t by 2 or t, you are going to get same time. So for the 0 to t by 2, so we got area divided by time. So for between 0 to t means you may get 0 once you can cross check how much you are going to get. So like this if you do means you are going to get all the problems very easily. Therefore try to do. So if you are not getting integration part means you can try to leave this type of problems if you are getting to solve, because some BPC students they may not do integrations properly. At that time, the shortcut you can follow. So I is equal to I1 sin omega t plus I2. If they gave, so I average is going to be so I2 only. So sin omega t term is going to become 0. This is over time period only, 0 to t only. So for all it will not be applicable. Shortcuts will not be applicable for all. IRMS. If they ask IRMS, so I1 square by 2 if sine cosine is there. If it is not there means simply square we have to. So try to practice more problems you will get. Thank you.